Oh, EA. You just couldn't even wait until the game came out to drop this bombshell on people of how you are going to bend us all over for microtransactions, or at least attempt to bend us all over for microtransactions. Now, in case you guys have missed it, in the last 24 hours, there's been an image posted over on the Anthem subreddit, which shows some of the initial pricing that we could see when the game comes out. The developers themselves have said this on the matter. They said one thing to keep in mind is these don't represent final, stamped for all eternity pricing. We are iterating on our economy, design, and balance almost daily, so you're seeing a snapshot of one iteration. This is why we tend to not discuss things like pricing, because it's one of those iterative things that's sure to change frequently right up until you play the game. Today's video is brought to you by LevelGo.com, where you could save money on games and software for your Windows 10 PC. And if you need a Windows 10 key, they've got you covered, where you can get a Windows 10 Pro key right now for just $15.75. Also, Microsoft Office 2016 for under $30, or 2019 Professional Plus for just under $60. And if you use my code JKL10 at checkout, you'll save 10% off your software purchase when you hit up levelgo.com with the link down in the description below. So the TLDR of it is basically this pricing is not final. It could change at a later date, but we can at least talk about where the Anthem developers, or the publishers more likely, are trying to take this game right now. And we knew microtransactions would be coming to Anthem. It was a foregone conclusion. There's no way that they were not going to choose to monetize this game, and it is very much a fee-to-play game. It's not free-to-play because it's not free. It costs $60 to get the base game, but there's a fee there to play the game, and on top of that, it has all of the free-to-play mechanics you would expect, like multiple forms of currency. One form you will have to grind a lot of hours. That was not proper English right there. You have to play a lot of hours of the game to be able to get some unlocks that you could easily bypass that amount of game time by just plopping down some money. So how egregious is the pricing and the grind of this pricing? I figured, since I have some experience on the demo, that I would go ahead and give you some feedback based on at least what I was able to see in the demo. But again, there was a demo, it was early, it was almost kind of like a beta, and a lot could change, as they even said, with the pricing. But based on this screenshot right here, you can see we've got a couple of items up for available, basically a couple of armor sets, which both appear to cost $20, assuming 2,000 would be $20, which would line up what we usually see in other games. So these armors could cost $20 each, and then 40,000 in gold coin, which is the normal currency you can earn when you are playing the game. Now, during the demo, all of the items were 25 gold coin across the board. Didn't matter what it was. It was 25 gold coin, which was easily earnable in a very short period of time. So just to give you guys a point of reference, I played about 6 to 8 hours total in the demo over this past weekend during the VIP demo. And at the end of it, I had just under 1,500 gold coins. I spent about 150 of them on getting some armor upgrades and things like that, some paints for my character. So I did spend a little bit of it, but I ended up with about 1,500. So that wouldn't even put us anywhere near close enough to buy any of the items here on the screen, except for maybe a graphic. The Midnight Shield graphic, which you could see is 8,000 gold coin. I would still have to play another probably 32 to 40 more hours to be able to earn just that item right there. So if in 6 to 8 hours I'm earning roughly 1,500 gold coin, how long would it take to get to 40,000? It would take quite a bit, like quite a bit, like more than I'm willing to actually do the math of, but I'm pretty sure you'd be spending over a week of game time just to earn enough coin for one armor. And if you want to talk about predatory practices and how they're pushing these, look no further than the fucking clock at the top left, these featured new items, where there'll be new items in 0 hours and 29 minutes. So they're creating a sense of urgency there, so that you want to go out and spend money, because you're like, oh my god, there's only 30 minutes left. If you really want this armor, like this really hot armor that we put in this game, maybe not one of these, but another armor that you really like, and you don't, if you don't have enough time to play to grind out the gold, then you're going to have to pay for it. So that's just one predatory tactic. Even though there's not going to be loot boxes, the developer said there won't be loot boxes. They want people to be able to see what they're purchasing, which I'm okay with, and it is just cosmetic items at the end of the day. But there's no doubt that it's built into the game and it's done to feel predatory, and I don't think the pricing we saw during the demo is going to be what we see during the final release. And during the demo, you know, people had a good impression of it. I was able to get a few unlocks, make my character look pretty cool, and it didn't cost me a ton of time or money, but it looks like the pricing will certainly be changing when the final game does release on the 15th for Origin Access members and then the 21st for everyone else. But that's all I've got to say on the matter of the microtransactions in Anthem. I do look forward to your comments and discussion below. As always, let me know your thoughts. Are you going to be picking this game up? Will you be paying for microtransactions or just playing it for what it is? You know, I've got the Origin Access premiere, and I've said this before, I will play it when it does come out, because I didn't have a great impression of the demo, because I just felt like it was the same thing over and over and over again. But I do want to at least try to explore the story from the onset of the game, because you start off at level 10 in the demo, so I want to, you know, at least see where the story starts off and see if it's something that I'm interested in seeing through and just playing through the main story stuff without really grinding or anything, if I don't need to be able to advance in levels to play the game, which would be kind of annoying if you had to grind for that stuff as well. But, you know, we'll see what it is at the end of the day. But I'm going to get out of here. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on it down below. Subscribe if you're not already. And if you've been here for a while, you can always ring the notification bell. That way you never miss a moment of content on the channel, like Anthem benchmarking when the game does finally come out, and I'll have access on the 15th. But I'm going to catch you guys next time. Terra.